Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impression try on slash unboxing slash mini makeup tutorial on this look I have over here right now. To be honest, it's been an extremely long while since I last did a full face, full makeup look on myself, because as of right now everyone is being quarantined and staying at home, and also plus the fact that today happens to be my birthday as well, and I thought that this look actually comes quite at the right timing, because recently everyone has been feeling so down and so moody. So I thought that by doing a full face of makeup on myself, I would make myself feel much better and feel more fresh. And also, of course, naturally I didn't plan this makeup look. So if you're interested on how I get this very classic makeup look, let's just keep on watching. Okay, so before I get started, let me just clip back my fringe, starting to grow longer and longer. Okay, so I recently bought a couple of items from Sephora. It's not a lot. Basically, I think there are only like 4 items over here. So one of them is a skincare product. For the skincare, I bought the Origins Soothing Treatment Lotion. Yeah, this is in 100 ml, and to be honest, I was actually quite surprised when it came, because it's actually quite a little bit too small for 100 ml. But nevertheless, I have never tried this before. So initially when it was on a sale, so I decided to just get the small one to try first. So the rest of the products are just basically makeup items. There's basically only 3 products over here. So my face is now all cleansed and very clean. So the first thing we are going to start off with is a primer. So the primer we are going to use today is the Bobbi Brown Face Primer. This one has a SPF of 50 PA triple plus. So it's basically like a sunscreen and primer 2-in-1. To be honest, I have never tried Bobbi Brown base products before. So let's just see how's the packaging like. Oh, okay, so it's basically like in this kind of like a tube form, which I think is actually quite convenient, especially if you are bringing out along for traveling. And I think it's okay to put in your makeup bag as well. It's not very heavy. So basically the texture is quite liquidy. Yeah, so it's basically like this kind of a milky white texture. Yeah, it's actually quite liquidy and runny. So let's just try this on our face. It actually feels quite nice on the skin. There's like a very slight fragrance in it, but not too strong. It's actually quite easy to blend out. So basically you can just use your fingers, but do make sure that you sanitize your hands before you touch your face. I really quite like the smell, but I'm not sure how to describe it. It's something quite... It smells like a little bit of like herbal smell, but it's nothing too strong. Quite light and smells good. Okay, so now our face is all nicely done and prepped. Next, I'm going to go in with some color correcting. So for color correcting, I'm using the Innisfree My Concealer. This is in the shade number 2. So basically, it's like a very orangey, peachy kind of shade that you can actually use it for correcting your dark eye circles and your dark spots. Foundation, I'm going to go in with the Clinique Hydrating and Repairing Foundation, and mine is in the shade 64 Cream Beige. To be quite honest, I have never tried Clinique makeup range before. I do quite like their skincare products, especially their moisturizer and their toner, but I've never tried any of their foundation or makeup range. So we shall see whether is it suitable for my skin. So it's also in this kind of like a squeezy tube form. I think it's actually quite okay in terms of the packaging. It's actually quite small, it's quite lightweight, so you can actually bring out for traveling or bring out along your makeup pouch. However, I think the shade is slightly a little bit too dark for me. Yeah, because I actually got all these products from Sephora online, so I basically just roughly gauged based on the color charts available. Yeah, anyway, we shall try this on our face and see how it's like. I'm going to do one side using foundation brush and then the other side using a beauty blender and see which one actually adheres better or whether the effect is the same. It says hydrating and repairing, so I'm guessing this is actually quite suitable for dry skin people as well, but nevertheless we shall see. I'm not exactly sure how much should I use, but I'm just going to roughly gauge the amount. Yeah, so this is how the texture looks like. It's not very liquidy or runny. Yeah, so we shall try on our face and see how it goes. For this side, I'm going to blend out using a foundation brush. Okay, so this is half the face done. I think it's really like what the name suggested. It's very dewy, it's very hydrating. Yeah, I can actually see the glow on my skin. It's looking very moisture, very dewy kind of effect. In terms of coverage wise, I would say that this is a light to slightly medium coverage because you can actually see that my acne marks and scars are still quite visible, even though I've done some color correcting beforehand. Yeah, and the coverage for my dark eye circles, the coverage wise is not exactly like very good. Yeah, so I think I might have to go in with a concealer later on to cover up my dark eye circles. Yeah, so this is how the effect is like with a brush. Okay, so for the other side, I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend it out. I didn't wet my sponge, so I'm just going to go in like that as it is. So far, I think the shade is looking quite okay on my skin based on what I see in the mirror. However, I hope it doesn't oxidize too much later on. Okay, so this is the side done using the beauty sponge. To be honest, I don't really quite see the difference. I don't think there's quite a lot of difference. But however, if you were really to look closely, I think this side with the sponge is slightly a little bit less dewy and glowy compared to the side using a foundation brush. The coverage wise is really, it's really light to medium coverage, but I believe you can actually build up the layers. Yeah, so far I think it's actually looking quite okay, but like I mentioned, I hope it doesn't oxidize too much later on. So we shall see how it goes as we proceed along with the rest of our makeup. Okay, so because the coverage is not exactly very high coverage, so I'm going to go in with another concealer. So the concealer I'm using is also from Innisfree. This is my concealer pot, and this is in the shade N22. So it's basically this kind of like a cream concealer in a pot. Is all done, but I'm not going to set it with any loose powder yet, so we are just going to go in straight into the eyebrows first. For eyebrows, I have been using some new products recently, but the technique is basically still the same. So we are first going to go in with the eyebrow powder, and for eyebrow powder recently I've been using this Benefit Bronzing, and mine's in the shade number 1. This kind of eyebrow powder and a brow pomade 2-in-1, and also it comes with like a little tweezer and also a eyebrow brush, which I think is actually quite convenient if you bring out along for traveling or for touching up your eyebrows. Basically, I don't really quite like the brow pomade. The waxy feel and the scent is actually quite strong. I don't really quite like it, and when I use it to draw my eyebrows, it's actually looking quite clumpy and quite messy. So I think I still prefer a good old-fashioned of eyebrow powder and eyebrow pencil. So before I draw the eyebrows, I'm just going to gently comb out my eyebrows. I've been trying to grow them out recently, so I have not done any shaving or any plucking, but somehow for some reasons it's just not growing any more hairs. I don't know why. Probably could be due to my hormone changes. So we are going to go in with some eyebrow powder. I'm going to use this powder over here, and I'm just going to gently define and draw out my eyebrow shape. Eyebrow pencil. Recently I have been loving this kind of like really old school basic eyebrow pencil. This is the one from the Body Shop. So basically it's this kind of like eyebrow pencil where you need to sharpen it with a sharpener. And yeah, recently for some reasons I just fall in love with this kind of eyebrow pencil again. This is in the shade medium brown. Okay, so now the foundation has nicely set into my skin. I'm going to continue on with the face. So I'm going to use a highlighter first. And for highlighter today, I want to try out this liquid chrome highlighter drops from Berry M. This is in the shade 827 Beam Me Up. Yeah, so it's basically like this kind of a liquid highlighter, and it's like this kind of champagne chrome finish. I have never tried Berry M products before, so today is also like a first time for me. So basically it's like in this kind of like a dropper kind of packaging, which I think is actually quite nice because it's actually helping you to control the amount you need to use. Ew. Okay, why is this happening? Is this spoiled? Yeah, it's actually looking quite clumpy and everything is just lumped up together. I'm not sure if you guys can see from the screen, but I hope this is not spoiled because I just bought this like a few months ago. Shake well before use. Okay, maybe I should just give it a little shake first. Okay, it's still looking like very clumpy and everything is just lumpy, lump ups together. But nevertheless, since we already opened this up, I'm just going to just use it as it is. So I'm guessing I probably don't need a lot. Okay, I'm just going to use like this amount for now. Yeah, basically the color is actually quite nice. I think I'm just going to go in straight with my fingers. Glow is actually quite nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can see from the screen, but the glow and the dewy finish is actually quite nice. Yeah, although it's looking very clumpy, in terms of the texture in the bottle, but actually once you apply a thin layer and blend out on your face, it's really very glowy and very dewy. Yeah, and it's not like very difficult to blend out, even though it's like very clumpy looking. Okay, so this is how the effect is like. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I think I quite like it. So the trick to applying liquid highlighter is basically just to use tapping motions, because once you use like wiping motions, you will actually be wiping off your foundation as well and just kind of ruin your foundation. A little bit on the nose bridge. I'm just going to gently set my entire face with some loose powder. Trying to carefully avoid the highlighted area because I want to leave the glowy and dewy finish on my skin. eyes. For the eyes, I'm not going to do anything too crazy, too dramatic. So basically, I just want a nice layer of shine or sheen onto the eyelids. Currently, I don't have any new eyeshadow palettes with me, so I'm just going to use the Clio Prim's Air eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade 01 Coral Sparkle. Yeah, I recently featured a very quick tutorial using this palette onto my Instagram, so if you are interested on how to get that look using this eyeshadow palette, please head over to my Instagram account. So basically today I just want something very light, very natural for my eyeshadow. Okay, first I'm going to go in with this color. For this palette, I've also done a color swatch and I've posted on my Instagram. So if you're interested on how the colors look like, please head over to my Instagram account as well. So I'm just going to apply one thin layer over my eyelid. Go in with this light coral shade because these are very nice shimmer sparkles. So I'm just going to apply this at the end of my eye area and blend inwards. Don't forget the under eye area as well. Smaller brush, and I'm just going to go in with this white shimmer color over here to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, so we are done with the eyeshadow. I know from the screen you probably can't tell. The sheen is actually looking very glowy and very shimmery. Yeah, so I don't want to go in with too much colors, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Next, I'm going to move on to eyeliner, and for eyeliner, I'm using this from Heroin Make Kiss Me eyeliner in black. So for eyeliner today, I think I want to draw something slightly different, maybe something a little bit more flicked out, something more like cat eyes, which I have not drawn for quite some time. So hopefully I will succeed today. So I'm just going to stare in the mirror straight and just roughly gauge out the position of my flick that I want it to be. Something like this. Basically I'm just following the outline of my under eye direction. Mark out the position of the flick that you want it to be, and then you just start to draw the rest of the eyeliner. Drawing it slightly thicker than I normally would. Sometimes I do get like a good eye and also a bad eye. I'm not sure if it's just applying to me or anyone else has the same issue as me. You know, like sometimes I get a very good one over here, then the other side is just like simply all messed up. So I need to balance out this side right now. So we are finally done with the eyeliner. Yeah. Sometimes I tend to struggle a little bit myself. So yeah, it's been quite a long while since I draw this kind of slightly thicker and more flick eyeliner. So the eyeliner is now completed. Next, I'm just going to move on to mascara. So for this look, you want to go in with falsies is also possible. It's entirely optional and up to you. But for me, I think I'm just going to go in with mascara. So for eyelashes, I don't have any new products. I'm still basically using these three products over here. This is the Tarte eyelash curler, and then I'm using the Kate Lash Maximizer, and also the Peri Para Long Lash Curling Mascara. So first, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes with this. we are now completely done with the whole eye makeup. Next product in the haul, which is also the last product, is actually a lipstick, and this is the Bobbi Brown Luxe Matte Lip Color, and this is in the shade called Red Carpet. To be quite honest, I have never tried or used Bobbi Brown lipstick before. Yeah, so basically this is officially my first Bobbi Brown lipstick. So this is the packaging of the lipstick. Very nice gold color with a black color in the center, and also there's a Bobbi Brown logo carved here. Wow, very nice packaging, very luxurious kind of feel, and it actually does have a certain weight to it. Okay, so now let's just open and see how is the color like. Okay, so this is how the color looks like. It looks very bright red orange kind of color on the screen, but the actual color is slightly a little bit more darker. I don't think it's something that I was expecting it to be, because I was kind of like expecting it to be very reddish brown, earth tone kind of color. Yeah, so basically I think this is something that you would wear it for red carpet events, for parties, for evening look. Wow, okay, so this is how the color looks like on the skin. Yeah, so it's basically like those kind of very classic kind of red color. In terms of the texture, although it says it's matte, but when I was swatching it, actually it does feel quite smooth and creamy, so it doesn't like feels cakey, you know, or dry, and you know, when I was like doing the swatching thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply this on my lips. I don't really use any lip liner, so I'm just going to go in as it is using a lip brush. It's looking really very pigmented and intense on my lips. Okay, so the lipstick is now completed. However, I think I'm looking a little bit too pale and washed out over here, so I think I want to go in with a little bit of blush color. Okay, for blusher, I'm going to go in with also a new product. This is the Essence Blossom Dream Blusher, and this is in the shade called 01 Call Me Coral. I'm not exactly sure whether is this a limited edition or not, because I actually bought this for quite some time. It's just that I don't really have the chance to use it yet. This is not really a matte blusher. I think it has some very light shimmer on it. Yeah, I don't know whether you guys can tell, but we shall try on our face. Okay, basically there's not much color on it. However, there's quite a lot of shimmer. So I think this is actually more like a highlighter than a blusher. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, because I don't want to ruin the highlighter that I applied just now. Okay, so forget about that. I'm just going to go in with the Clinique blusher. This is in the shade 05 Nude Pop. So this one is like a matte texture, there's no shimmer, and I'm just going to try and see whether I can salvage this side. I guess not, because the shimmer is actually it's staying quite strong on my skin. So yeah, but anyway, I don't want to apply too much blusher because we have a very strong and bold lip color. Okay, so the whole makeup is now completed. I'm going to quickly go fix my hair and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so the whole makeup is now completed. Normally, of course, I wouldn't wear this kind of look on a daily basis. So I think this is actually more suitable for evening look, or you know, if you have any red carpet events, dinner or parties. Yeah, then this would be more suitable. I'm just going to quickly run through the products that I have used. So first of all is the Bobbi Brown Face Primer. Personally, I do quite like this a lot. Based on the fact that it's actually a 2-in-1 product, so I can just straight away apply this has my makeup base and also a sunscreen, and also the texture is very liquidy, is very easy to blend out, and also somehow I feel that it's actually quite hydrating for the skin as well. Yeah, so far I'm actually quite liking this one. Next, for the foundation by Clinique. Okay, it's been about 2 hours since I applied this foundation on my face. So far I think there's a little bit of oxidization, but it's not very serious. I think other than the shade, I think the coverage wise, if you're looking for something that's very lightweight, hydrating kind of feel, I think you might want to give this a try. I'm oily combination skin, so I don't think I can just get away with this without setting it with any loose powder. So it's, again, like I said earlier on, it's something very lightweight to medium kind of coverage. So if you're someone who prefers that kind of coverage, you can definitely go for this one. Next, we have the Bobbi Brown lipstick. Although the lipstick says that it's a matte texture, but so far I'm not feeling any cakiness or dryness on my lips. And also when I applied this the color swatch earlier on, actually the texture is very smooth and creamy, so you don't feel that it's like very dry and cakey when you swatch the color, when you apply the color. Other than the color shade, so far I'm actually quite liking this texture. The next product is the Berry M highlighter drops. To be honest, I was quite disappointed by the texture. I'm not exactly sure whether it's because it's spoiled or is the texture is supposed to be like this. I hope it's not spoiled because I just bought this like a few months ago, not very long. I was really expecting it to be like really liquid drops, very liquidy kind of texture. But I don't know why, for some reason it's just like looking very clumpy. But nevertheless, I'm still able to use it on my cheeks, and so far I'm quite liking the results. It's very glowy, very dewy kind of finish, and the shade is actually quite nice as well. Okay, last but not least, we have the Essence Blossom Dream blusher. To be honest, I don't really like this blusher at all. I'm thinking that it's more like a highlighter rather than a blusher, because as you guys can probably see earlier on when I applied, there's actually more shimmer compared to colors. Yeah, so it says ultra soft and silky texture, but you know, I'm not seeing the effect over here. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I hope that every one of you will stay well, stay safe no matter where you are, and I'll see you guys next time.